Where do I look? It's been so long since I've done one of these things. What's up, guys? Just kidding. I am so funny! Should probably dial it back a notch. What's up, guys? Kyle here again, and it's time for another Viewers Comments episode. And I gotta tell you, the past couple weeks have been nothing short of hilarious. So let's jump into your guys' comments. Lenzer says, what's happening with the potential AMPFEST in the Northeast? This comment is referring to a post I made probably about a month ago, where I kind of floated the idea out there on Facebook of hosting an AMPFEST here in Erie, Pennsylvania, where basically I would put out all the amps that I possibly could, all the rare stuff, in a single venue and try to set it up so that basically all the amps could be playable by anybody who shows up. Now, I'm still trying to figure out the logistics of how I would make this work in my mind. I'm pretty sure that I already know a venue that would work for this because I have close ties with a local live music venue that I'm sure would be open to renting the space out for this, but how to go about it is another question. So even when I floated the idea out there, I had some pedal manufacturers, I had some amp manufacturers actually ask me if they could reserve space. So it kind of started to take shape a little bit more quickly than I thought it would. I thought the first one might be a little bit more casual, but you guys let me know. If that's something that you're interested in, I can start organizing it. Honestly, I'm taking a couple trips this summer, and I'm thinking that it would be best for me to organize it sometime in September. Probably won't be too difficult for people to travel in that time, so I'm thinking that September would be the best time to organize it. But it's just always, I mean, even long before the YouTube channel, it's kind of been my dream to just have like a local gathering maybe once a year where everybody gets together and brings a bunch of really cool amps, and we all just, you know, spend a day, maybe 2 days, just kind of playing through as much stuff as we can, checking things out, chatting with other fellow gear nerds. I mean, that sounds awesome to me. That sounds like a lot of fun. And it also sounds like it could be very educational or helpful for people who maybe think that really want to try some amps that they probably won't ever really get their hands on. So I know there are plenty of amps that I never would have bought if I got the opportunity to play them before I purchased them, even though I thought that they would be a great amp for me. So overall, I just think it would be a really fun thing to put together. If you guys are down for that, if you think that we should make that some sort of reality, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm very curious to hear from you guys. Again, I am in Erie, Pennsylvania, so that is where it would take place because I'm not really interested in moving my amps and cabs hundreds of miles to make this happen. I'd like to make it happen right here. Erie is a fairly centralized location where I've got 3 major cities within 2 hours of me and even more within 4 hours, so I feel like we could get a decent amount of people here if people are willing to travel for this event. So something that I would really love to put together. I'm not the most organized person, but I know that I really would put a lot of effort into organizing this, making it run smoothly and making sure that it is an event that would be worth you guys traveling to and maybe spending money on, because there will be some costs involved in my end, but I would like to just break even and maybe we can stick whatever profit comes from it into some sort of giveaway for the channel or something. I don't know. I would love to be able to give back to you guys on top of putting the event on. So with all that being said, let me know your guys' thoughts. Would you guys travel to a big AMPFEST, and how do you think it would be best for it to be organized? Make sure to drop it in the comments and I will take every comment into consideration. Thanks! Adam Fairweather says, I find your videos so helpful and love how you talk through dialing in an amp together with playing with the settings. I have a dual rectifier. I followed your video to dial mine in and got the exact sound that I wanted. Adam, I am super happy to hear that, and even though I've been getting a lot of goofy and troll comments on my recent videos, I think it's just because the views are up, so it's attracting more non-subscribers in general. I've been getting a lot of comments on people thanking me for helping them dial in their amps, and honestly, I'm super pumped on that. I'm super pumped that the channel is helpful. I hope that it's entertaining, but really, overall, I'm super pumped that people are finding the channel helpful. It really makes me feel like I am actually putting something out into the world that matters, even though it's just guitar gear and how serious is guitar gear in the grand scheme of life. Not serious at all, but obviously a lot of us take it pretty seriously. So when I know that I am helping people, it just makes me feel really fulfilled in doing this YouTube thing, knowing I'm not just doing it for myself, doing it for something because I enjoy it, but that people get genuine information, they get genuine help, and it makes them happy. Makes me super happy. So really happy to hear these comments. I'm really happy to help each and every one of you guys that have benefited from any of the videos that I have put out there. So I always love seeing these comments, and I like to try to highlight them whenever I can, just to thank you guys, because I'm glad I'm helping you, but you guys are helping me. You guys are helping me remind me why I started this channel in the first place and what I truly enjoy about it. So thank you. Big Mike says, transmitters are designed for open air use transmission, and they are not designed to penetrate solid objects like a wall. Mike, your head is like a brick wall. Just messing with you, man. Mike is one of my Facebook group members. What's going on, Mike? Mike is commenting on the video that I did for the Kemafun wireless system that I did earlier this week. I did a little portion in the video where I walked around outside my house, seeing how far the transmitter would send the signal for the wireless, and I commented that it didn't get near the 161 feet that it was rated to get, but I also commented, and I don't know if people didn't watch the video or what, that wouldn't be surprising because people kind of tend to click off videos very quickly on YouTube. In the modern world, we have very short attention spans, and I am a perfect example of that. But in the video, I did state that I know that the distance was going to be neutered by the fact that I was going from my basement upstairs outside of my back patio, and I have a brick house, so it's going through a brick wall, and there was another wall that it was traveling through from the basement to get to that 40 to 50 feet that I got. So I stated that very clearly in the video, but I had a lot of people dropping a similar comment saying,
these aren't designed to go through walls.
Okay, well, I addressed that, and I gave the wireless system credit for that in the video. So I know you guys are trying to be helpful. Some of you guys are just trying to be dickheads. That's fine. I get it. But sometimes you got to watch the whole video to get the whole story. All right, so the next feature in this video is kind of a series of comments. I demoed a Barton high voltage Transmission 50, which is an absolutely killer amp, and if you guys haven't seen that video, you should go back and watch it. Trust me, that amp is ridiculous. I am really enjoying it. I have to send it back this week, and I'm really bummed about that. But as I mentioned in that video, I am commissioning my own custom single channel 100-watt version of the same amp, and Caleb was actually cool enough, because it's a custom amp, to let me name it. So once I get a name in mind, I am going to give him the name, and he's going to make a custom graphic on that amp. So I asked you guys what you guys thought I should name this amp. I gave you guys the opportunity to throw some names at me, and here are some of the names that came up. The Barton Belligerence seems to be the most popular, and honestly, at this point, the Belligerence or the Belligerent would be my top choice. I think that would be awesome. The Barton Belligerent. Some of the other options, Trace Youngs said Barton Bulldog. Joe McGuire said Barton Bullfighter. Somebody mentioned the Barton Bushido or Bull Screamer, which I think is actually hilarious. The Barton Bull Screamer. All right, my man Graham Resington, you guys should check out his channel if you like plugins, said the Belligerence. So, okay guys, I am fully, I troll myself, I troll you guys all the time. I like practical jokes. I like funny stuff, as you guys can imagine. I don't take myself very seriously. But if I'm having a custom amp made for me, I want to name it something that has some ring to it. You know what I mean? So the Barton Belligerent, that sounds really, really cool to me. But having my name in it is not my thing. I'm just not that type of person who cares about that stuff. I know you guys are being funny. Just throwing my own like personal thing out there. I wanna name it something cool. And honestly, like if the amp is sick, I'm gonna demo it here on this channel. I want you guys to be able to order something similar from. And honestly, I'm gonna demo the amp on my channel when I get it. And if it comes out as sick as I think it's gonna come out, I want you guys to be able to go to Caleb at Barton High Voltage and be able to purchase it. So if we give it a cool name, I want that name to be something that's gonna stick and you know, and ring. It's not gonna be a signature amp. It'll be a custom amp just based off of my specs. But again, I'm gonna demo it, and I'm sure that he would offer it to you guys for sale if you guys like what you hear. So we got to come up with something that's catchy that doesn't have my dumbass last name in it. Another vote for Barton Belligerents. Another vote for the Barton Belligerents. James Audio says alternative idea, the Barton crossover. Kind of cool. Ryan Westenbarger says the Shocker 100. Let's hope that that's a reference to Spider-Man and not, you know, this. Jason Gronewegan? How about calling your amp Belligerent High Voltage Mach 1? So it would be the Barton High Voltage Belligerent High Voltage. That's a mouthful. Another vote for the Barton Belligerents. I really think that I have to head in that direction. Jesse Gamble says the Barton. Thanks! You guys are idiots. Vote for the Bulldog. I think the Minotaur, the Growler, the Belligerent 100. Yeah, it seems like the Belligerent is pretty much the most popular. The Hemorrhoid. I like that. That's good. So if I wasn't going to go with the Belligerent, I think that I would go with something like the Devastator, because again, I want it to sound cool. Also, that is a Transformers reference, and I am nothing if not a nerd. So, another name that I thought would be super cool would be the Cataclysm. Just because Cataclysm is basically another word for the Apocalypse or the Armageddon. Well, there's already amps that are named that, guitars that are named that, but the Cataclysm, I mean, that just sounds like it would be a brutal amp, and, you know, kind of gives the idea that, like, this is the single channel amp to end all other amps, the Cataclysm. So that's another thought. We've got the Barton Belligerents or Belligerent 100, the Devastator 100, or the Cataclysm 100. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Always curious to see what you guys have to say. Ross Pepito says, any idea if the Rampage pickup is the Alnico or ceramic version? It sounds killer. That comment was left on my Ampeg VL1002 video, which has gotten a lot of views. Really cool amp. I mentioned that the guitar, the Les Paul that I was using a hand-wound pickup from a Canadian winder named Vineham Pickups. I've actually purchased a lot of pickups off of Craig. I found him through the Les Paul forum probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I have a number of his Rampage pickups in my guitars. They are like a hot, smooth PAF, and they sound phenomenal in every guitar that I put them in. I really love them, and I actually need to reach out to Craig again sometime soon, maybe see if we can work together for some other guitars that I have that I need pickups for. He's a really great dude, has actually wound me a couple custom pickups to my specifications, but yeah. The one that I use in that guitar is the Alnico version. I also have a ceramic Rampage pickup in my Silverburst Les Paul Custom, so highly recommend you guys checking out Vineham pickups. I've been using them for years. They sound great in all the Les Pauls that I've dropped them in, and the prices are incredibly fair for what the guy offers. I can't remember, I think it was like 110 shipped per pickup the last time I ordered from him, but it's been a couple years because I bought a whole bunch and just haven't needed any since then. But yeah, make sure to check out Vineham pickups. The pickup that I typically use in my videos is the Rampage Alnico. I also have a Granite Alnico 5 pickup in my Explorer that I've played on this channel quite a few times. So guy makes great pickups, great prices, super friendly. So check out Vineham pickups once you get a second. And speaking of pickups, this is just a random idea that popped into my head before the end of the video. My buddy Joe Ballagher Guitars, has given me a bunch of their pickups to check out. I have the Hypernova, I've got the Evergreens, I've got the Ferals, I've got the Truno Buckers. What do you guys think about a pickup shootout? I don't really do anything where I compare pickups or anything like that on this channel, but it's something that I know especially when I was younger, before I found what I really liked, I was constantly looking up videos for pickups and trying to find good videos for pickups, and I had a tough time, other than like Keith Merrow, finding any decent pickup comparison videos. So do you guys want to see like a Ballagher pickup shootout, and then like a Seymour Duncan pickup shootout, and then even a Gibson pickup shootout? Because I have a whole bunch of pickups from each one of those manufacturers. I would love to do some shootout videos for you. They are a lot of work to change the pickups out in between every guitar, but at the same time, I really think that they would be helpful, especially for Ballagher, because Ballagher's pickups are incredible. Every single Ballagher pickup that I have played has been insanely clear, very defined, and just really good and musical sounding. So I was truthfully not expecting that for them to be in-house pickups in import guitars. I was expecting to want to change them out. I've not changed a single Ballagher pickup out of my guitars other than my Silverburst. just because I wanted something that was a little less modern, a little bit more traditional, because I use that guitar for Human Animal, and I use it for a lot of demos here on the channel, and I wanted you guys to have a pickup that you would be more familiar with. But overall, yeah, let me know your guys' interest level in pickup shootouts, and if you guys are interested in it, I will absolutely start putting something together. I'll start with the Ballagher pickups. I have a whole bunch of Seymour Duncan pickups on hand, so I'll do some sort of Duncan shootout. I can even do like maybe an active pickup shootout. I'm not sure. That one sounds kind of like a pain because Fishman's have different wiring than the Duncan and the EMG stuff, but it's still something I'm down to explore if you guys have enough interest in it. So you just let me know. I just found another comment for the amp name, the Kyle Driver. That's pretty good. Live from Studio A says, do you live in a airplane, oh my god. Do you live in an airplane hangar? He left that comment on my gear sale list that I posted early last week, sometime last week. And yeah, there's a lot of gear there, and as you can probably see, it's kind of stuffed into every nook and cranny that I can possibly fit gear in. Kind of driving my girlfriend nuts at the moment, especially because I picked up a new hobby, which is biking, mountain biking and road biking. So now we have a garage full of bikes on top of a garage full of drums and guitar gear and bass gear. So I really need to start paring down on some of this stuff, which is why I have a bigger list than I have ever put up. I actually need to update it after this video comes out and repost it for you guys, because I even have more amps and more cabs that I've added to the list. I'm actually getting rid of a whole bunch of cabs because I don't even want to tell you guys this number. I have over 70 cabs right now. And I'm sure you guys are going to be like, how the hell is that possible? I promise you, I don't overinflate my numbers. I have no issues with needing to inflate my ego. I have over 70 guitar cabinets right now, so I desperately need to get rid of some of them and clean some of my space up here at the house and my practice space, especially because a lot of those cabs are filled with vintage 30 speakers. Redundancy has always been an issue for me. When I find something I like, I tend to go get a whole bunch more of it. I don't know why. It's just how my brain works. So I'm trying to move away from that. But yeah, if you guys see any gear on this list that you are interested in, just shoot me a message. I've sold tons of stuff to my YouTube viewers, and it's really awesome to see you guys get the gear that I'm selling and be happy with it and everything and do a transaction and interact with you guys. So let me know if anything interests you. Again, I'll put the email down below for you guys to check out that list, and hopefully you'll find something you like. Thank you guys so much for all the support. If you want to support the channel but you don't want to actually buy anything from me, you can actually go down and click the Sweetwater affiliate link. Get something from the nice folks at Sweetwater. I get a little kickback and it costs you nothing extra. It really helps my channel move forward. Or if you do want to support me directly, you can get one of these awesome t-shirts, one of these awesome coffee mugs. I think they're awesome. Looking a lot like Wilson here. Or pick up anything else from my merch store that is down below in every single one of these videos. Check that stuff out. Shoot me some pictures of you guys wearing some of the merch, and I will be sure to put them up on my next Fakin' Friday video. Really appreciate the support that way. Or finally, you can add your name to this list of fine people by joining my Patreon community and supporting the channel directly like that. I'll love you forever, whether you want me to or not. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Kyle here again. We'll see you next time. You know what this wall is missing? Another amp. There we go.